It's been a great start off to our Overkill League.
It definitely has, and Hex, that was beauty in action. I can't compete, but we do have our map draft starting IDDQD versus Creation, and now we get to see, is IDDQD going to take out Route 66 again? No, they immediately take out Ilios.
Yeah, IDDQD doesn't like King of the Hill. Not a surprise.
I'm surprised they don't first ban Nepal, given circumstances.
It's their worst map, like by far. I'm not making this up. I swear they struggle on Nepal. They do ban out Lijiang Tower next, so taking off that King of the Hill. Lijiang Tower was
there it is.
Yeah.
So both teams almost have a gentleman's agreement here. All King of the Hill maps going down, all capture points going down. So payload all the way for our next best of 5.
Yeah, Creation, I think, would have liked to take them to Nepal, even back to their Flat Earth days. They always did well against IDDQD on Nepal, and they're pretty decent overall on King of the Hill. So that out of the pool, we are now at only payload maps. It is all the standard old school payload maps. Route 66 is the last map banned out of the pool. So we're at Dorado, Gibraltar, Hollywood, Kings Row, Numbani. We beta 1 now, boys, apparently. So that is the map pool. That is set in stone. Now we're just continuing bans to see what map we're going to first.
Yeah, and this isn't too surprising coming out for both teams. Maybe both teams realize, okay, you know what? We've had enough of having these map drafts where we have, Temple of Anubis and Volskaya and Hanamura all in the map pool. Maybe we're just gonna, maybe we're not gonna ban the payload maps, have a gentleman's agreement here and go 5 payload that way. So a lot on the table here. Every payload map available except Route 66. And now we're just going to see what the first map will be. And I would not be surprised if it was Kings Row.
No, it's always Kings Row on the first map of the day. However, I wouldn't mind going to Dorado, which we have yet to see today at the very least. It feels like I haven't been on Dorado in a very long time. One of my early favorite maps, a very good defensive map. IDDQD is on record as saying it is probably their best and favorite map. We're definitely not going to Kings Row first, as that is next banned out. We're down to Dorado and Gibraltar.
At Dorado's been a map that we've had really good maps on as well, although really Dorado still very much defined by defense. We've seen good defensive holds at point A. We've seen good defensive holds in the streets, and that last point can be so difficult to crack, and it is not going to be Dorado. In fact, it is going to be Gibraltar as the first map in the set. And for those who are just tuning in, this is our 3rd set of the day, and we still have 2 more remaining. Normally, we do 4 sets in a day for the Overkill League, but we have to make up 1 set that wasn't played the other day in day number 1. So because of that, 5 whole sets coming at you today. We are not even at the halfway mark yet.
No, not quite yet. But, generally we do 4 sets a day. We had a beta patch come in the other night, or the other afternoon, rather, depending on where you live on this glorious planet. So that delayed one of our sets. We'll be going through that today. It'll be the 3rd set that Creation plays today. So maybe some fatigue will come into that, as well as they're running in their second set in a row here, so they wanted a little bit of a longer break. No problem there. We're about to get into map here. We're waiting for one more person to join so we can get started on Gibraltar.
I'll say this when it comes to break, I was not sorry for that extra break. I mean, casting is some intense stuff, and of all the people, of course, we have to be here for every set, and I know yesterday with all the server problems and all the rest, I was definitely feeling it towards the end. I slept pretty well. It was the, there's sleep and then there's sleep.
Yeah.
That was the latter for me, where I hit the pillow. I was out.
Yeah, what you casted for 6, maybe 7 hours yesterday in Overkill NA conference. I was in chat, hanging out, watching everything, doing a little moderation, getting some of the spam banned out with my heavy ban hammer. And yeah, I mean, I went to bed too, but I didn't have to expound quite the energy you did. So glad you're with us here today. Glad you got some sleep. It's important, man.
Yeah, I got some sleep. I woke up after 6 hours. It was a little bit weird for me, but I was like, okay, maybe I go back to sleep, but then I'm going to risk oversleeping, and that would just be bad.
I actually fell asleep in my chair yesterday in the afternoon. I got home from work.
Did you really, or is this just another creative
No, I know
it's
gonna sound like a sellout too, but the chair is so comfortable.
It's just so good. I can't help but fall asleep, but then it's so comfortable. The chairs are very, very comfortable.
No, I was just like hanging out, doing just like and wasting hours on the internet, and then I would recline a little bit more, and by the end of it, I was like, pretty much just laying down and fell asleep in my beautiful DX Racer chair.
Did you ever fall asleep in chairs before you got your DX Racer chair?
No,
Like get your computer chairs.
Did you see my old chair? There's it was barely up to sitting capabilities, but no, this thing is.
I mean, I don't know. If you could fall asleep on an airline, you probably could have fallen asleep on that chair. Just would have been maybe you would have needed one of those like face pillow things.
Yeah, I have fallen asleep on planes before. That's generally because I try to stay up the entire night before so that I can sleep on the plane.
I am the same way. And usually, I mean, it's not too bad. I mean, you get some sleep on the plane and you feel reasonably okay. There's a lot of adrenaline in traveling to some extent, more so than you realize.
Yeah, I had a really long flight to Prague once. I went to Prague for a month, and it was like it's a 14 or 16-hour flight, and I'd stayed up for, I think, 36 hours straight in advance just getting ready for it, and I slept the entire flight. I slept on the way to Prague. I left, I think I flew out of Detroit, and then I just woke up in the Czech Republic. It was pretty great.
At one point, why were you in Detroit?
Because I was living in Michigan at the time, and that's where the flight was out of. Yeah, I've lived everywhere in the Midwest of North America. Of course, this is uninteresting to our European audience, but there's Lake Michigan in the center of the country, and like 4 states around it, and I've just lived like in Lake Michigan for my entire life.
Yep, and for me, of course, I've been in the Midwest, not my entire life, but definitely most of my adult life up here in frosty Minnesota. Getting a little bit less frosty as we go forward, but you know what? It's still April. We could still get a snowstorm. It wouldn't be unexpected.
Yeah, it snowed in Chicago here the other day. But, you know, brief side note, if you haven't been to Prague, you should go to Prague. Everyone. It's such a cool city to hang out in. And then you're in Europe and you can just take trains everywhere, go to Rome, go all over the place. Europe's definitely something that it's a beautiful, beautiful country. Europe's my favorite country.
Yep. By the way, we are just waiting here for Numlock to get back, and then we will be ready to go. Both teams are all set, and we'll be underway here very shortly. That's why you're getting time filling about plane trips and all the rest.
Well, you know, I think we've talked about these teams at length, and you know, we've seen these teams a lot. Now it's just down to, you know, what's going to happen on Gibraltar here.
Now it's down to them just playing a game. Oh man, chat. I love chat so much sometimes.
And I mean, when I first started streaming, I wouldn't have chat open, just because it was very distracting. I was just trying to get my feet under me. But now, like, I'll read and respond chat and game. People like, don't spoil it. We know the game's over if you're in here. No, not the case. Sometimes I take a couple seconds and just respond to chat even while the game's going on. I'm multitasking.
So we are getting in at Gibraltar. All teams are ready. The casters are ready. And here we go. Map number 1, IDDQD versus Creation. And we'll see if Creation can sort of avenge themselves from their loss of Reunited here against IDDQD. What are your predictions for this set? You think we're going to 5 again? Hex, are you there? Uh-oh.
No, I'm here. Some like my Overwatch client got weird and made me the blue spinning circle, and somehow that affects my push to talk on Skype. So I'm
I was saying here, I was just like, uh-oh, where did Hex go?
Yeah, it's not on push to talk now. Hold on, I gotta relog into the server.
All right. Let me know if you need an invite back into this wondrous lobby where dreams are made of, and are looking here at the defense that's coming out. It looks like we are going to have Internet Hulk on the 76, Chipchigen on Mercy, Tivik on the Hanzo, Taimu on McCree, Coco on Reinhardt, and the Bridgebup on Lucio. And yes, your ears did not deceive you, your eyes do not deceive you. Tivik going to be running out with the defensive Hanzo. We've seen him run this on this map before.
Yeah, I might need an invite too if you want to toss one to me. For some reason, it's not letting me join off of you.
Can you whisper me? I can't whisper you for some... There we go. I got you.
It is time to act.
Getting Hex back in this custom lobby, and so, since Hex isn't in here, let's take a look at the offense coming up from Creation. We're gonna have R-Tier on McCree, Dracaeus on Mercy, Lynx on Genji, Numlocked on Reinhardt, Bromas on the Zarya, and Nox rounding things out on the Lucio.
Yeah, for those unable to pick up on my sarcasm, I'm aware that Europe's not a country, guys. Jokes. I got jokes sometimes. They're not funny, which is why they're hard to recognize as jokes, so I understand.
No, they're not. It's like, is he making a joke or is he just ignorant? But look at that. Simple geometry coming out from Tivik, and oh no, we have a terrible bug here going on. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to, you're in the lobby, I'm going to leave the game and, oh no, my Overwatch just crashed. Yeah. Wow, I was going to leave game and it just like, okay.
Well, it knew. So just beta stuff happening. Let me know when you're back, and I will gladly throw you an invite. Right now, it's kind of odd. Defenses are running 2 different squads. It's very scrappy. It's actually you're missing one of the scrappiest first points on Gibraltar we've seen for a while.
Curses. Now, what's happening there, guys? I need to rejoin the game anyways because we got a bug where the reticles were all missing and the health bars were missing. It was all terrible, but we're getting back in the game here on Gibraltar.
The fight has been nearly a spawn camp so far as they're holding very far forward on defense. Tavik on the Hanzo is doing a ton of work with damage boosted arrows, so some Hanzo finally in action.
Loading OXOOOOO. We're almost back in.
Well, it's going to look like nothing has happened because they're still holding. The cart's moved maybe 10 feet so far. The Hanzo all comes down, misses mostly everything. Now they're finally getting to the first point here.
I think we're almost back in. It's looking promising. The bar is still spinning. I see the sky. We are back in, ladies and gentlemen, and we have our UI back.
Over radio no longer.
Over radio. Over talk.
There you go.
All right, so we do see the cart has moved forward a little bit of progress coming out from Creation, but the defense of IDDQD still holding strong. You see a Deadeye coming out from Artier. Artier looking for what he can get, and he does get Internet Hulk. Internet Hulk got a little bit greedy with the poke there.
Huge Earth Shatter,
we'll see if this is enough.
4. Only 1 kill comes off that from Coco, but he knocks everyone to the ground. He's up top. He's chasing down Widow.
Time and Coco able to strike right back. They get 2 kills on the defense. Bromas takes out Hulk, though. Look at Artier. Artier absolutely being pressuring. Takes out Taimu. Offensive sound barrier is out, and now the offense has a real opportunity here. Meanwhile, take a look at Tivik. Tivik, simple geometry on hand. Could unleash the dragon as well. Looking to kill Artier here. Needs one more shot. Simple geometry on the Bromas. Staying alive as Hanzo. Coming really, really close. Good shots coming out from him. Looking for more if he can get it. And here comes the dragon. And that's a well-placed dragon. The dragon is sated. Double kill for Tivik. Wow.
Going ham on his Hanzo. It's one of the heroes that he likes to play a lot when they're not screaming and not in competitive. One of his favorite kind of pub heroes. And he just absolutely dominates pubs as Hanzo, able to finally bring it into competitive. And now he's getting damage boosted. These arrows are fully charged.
Yeah, no, Tivik definitely making the Hanzo work here thus far for IDDQD. He was basically able to save that point. That being said, here comes Creation on the way back. And Link's getting taken out immediately, went a little bit too aggro. Artier comes in from the back, has a Deadeye after killing Hanzo. We'll see if he drops it. And here comes the Deadeye right now. They need to do something with that Reinhardt shield. Maybe Reinhardt will dash in to get rid of it. We will see. Does fire off the Deadeye, doesn't get a whole lot. Tivik, though, in trouble, gets taken out immediately by Artier. And now this is the opportunity for Creation to start the hangar phase of this game, potentially.
Yeah, we'll see. Taimu does have a Deadeye up, but that Earth Shatter from Numlock absolutely cleans out the cart. The 1v1 up top still happening between Hulk and someone else. Hulk is just trying to get out of there and back up on defense. The hangar phase has begun.
Yep, they're moving forward. Hulk, he did have Tac Visor up, but he just wasn't able to do enough there. And the offensive Creation now finding the rhythm, getting through, and we'll see if they can keep this moving forward here. Artier moving up, eats a lot of damage. Down he goes. Internet Hulk with the kill, and Tivik still on the Hanzo, still teaching geometry here to everyone on Creation Esports. Down goes Bromas. He's looking for more. Almost gets Lynx. Love the Hanzo play coming out.
Yeah, Lynx needs to stay alive and get his ult charge because they are going to have a combo opportunity coming up. Bromas does have his Graviton Surge ready. He wants to make that giant ball of meat for the Ginsu of Lynx to go through. I think that's the next phase of this fight we're going to see. They might even wait for Nox to get his ult up as well so they can get shields in.
Dragon coming up from Tivik. And the Dragon is sated yet again. A double kill off that. I didn't think he would get that much, but he does. Lynx still firing right back, able to kill Coco. Tivik on Numlocked, and this should be a full hold for IDDQD.
It's such an important Dragon too because it took out both supports. That was a resurrection that was up and ready to go from Jaqueus. He dies though, so that fight gets stalled out. Now they're cleaning out room. They're in a great position for this defense.
Look at this. Taimu moving forward, gets one headshot on Jaqueus, looking for more, takes him out. And what a clean just work of that fight by IDDQD.
Another reason to love chat. A nice new name for our sniper here, Hamzo.
That's not going to go away anytime soon. Taimu here, just absolutely wreaking havoc on that Reinhardt shield. Reinhardt actually really close to dying there, and Creation Esports really getting stymied in the hangar phase. And they had this problem against Reunited as well.
Yeah, they have all their ultimates, so Qs are coming down all over the place. R2's
here comes the Dragon Blade. Lynx is coming in, looking to slice and dice. 3 kills for Artier, in fact. And Lynx not even having to swing the blade too much. He does kill Tivik in the end, and that is the team fight that Creation needed. That being said, the payload is so far back that the defense of IDDQD is going to have an opportunity to get back here. And look at this. Look at Tivik, 10% away from another Dragon.
Yeah, but it is a great fight for the offense because they are able to hold on to a lot of their ultimates as well. Bromoth didn't need to use Graviton, Numlock still with Earthshatter, and a Resurrection still in the back pocket.
Graviton surge out for Bromos. Incoming Dragon. We'll see if the Dragon is enough. Dragon is going to be saved on Bromos. 3 kills for the defense. Defensive sound barrier is out. And with those 4 kills, they should be able to just push out the remainder and solidify again in the hangar phase.
Yeah,
they do have an offensive reso coming up. We'll see if that's enough to turn this back in favor of Creation. Numlocked in trouble, though, going to get taken out. Meanwhile, Internet Hulk with a lot of cleanup. Coco on Dracaeus, and we see this a lot here where oftentimes reses don't get the value that Mercies are really looking for. When it works out, it's great, but oftentimes you just sort of die again and feed ult.
Yeah, it is also kind of a strange composition to be running Zarya in because there has been no follow-up. It's twice now in the last couple sets that Bromos has hit Graviton Surge and tried to do it all himself, but does not get the kills off of it either. Graviton Surge is only as good as the follow-up you have for it. They just don't have the follow-up for it.
Oh, Numlock charges in, gets taken out by Taimu, not the charge he was looking for. He did have Earthshatter at the ready. Lynx holding onto the Dragon Blade, and it's going to come out right now. He's not wasting any time, not waiting for full 6. Moving in, trying to get Mercy, and no, Mercy able to juke him out, and down he goes. Not the Dragon Blade that Lynx was looking for.
No, he's had a rough game on Genji.
We do have Resurrections up. Bromos looking for the kill, is able to take out Chipsogen. Beautiful headshot there, but down he goes. Helix Rocket from Internet Hulk on point. Tivik over the top with the Hanzo. And IDDQD looking very, very solid in the hangar phase right now.
Yeah, even after that full wipe, they were able to kind of re-solidify in defense because, as you mentioned, the cart was so far back. It really is a balancing act between let's get some kills and let's get the objective. Of course, kills don't win you the game, objectives do. Lynx has had enough of being on Genji, switches to Widow, and gets a couple quick kills before being taken out by Taimu.
Yep, Taimu has been having himself a game very quietly, but very consistently. His McCree's been doing work, gets in, kills Bromos, and he has been a big part of this IDDQD defense in this game.
Yeah, R-Tier is able to take down chips pretty early, so that is 1 support down.
Internet Hulk has people in his sights, forces out the sound bearer, so even if he doesn't get anything here, he forces the sound bearer out at a point where the offense wasn't really all that ready. Nox, in fact, going to go down, tried to challenge Internet Hulk, and failed. And the defense, again, holding pretty strong here. Lynx on the Widow, looking for any change-up, gets tracked down by Internet Hulk. And really, everything for IDDQD working out for them right now.
I would like to see Creation try just a completely switch of compositions here. I mean, Lynx is on the sniper, that's fine. Bromos and R-Tier should probably use their ult and maybe switch something up, but maybe a higher mobility kind of deal here, getting off of the McCrees, maybe onto some Pharahs, onto some Genjis, maybe even a Winston here. Something has to change. They've been absolutely stymied in this hangar.
Yep, and Dragon Strike is out. Tivik can drop this here in a moment if they over-engage. I think we're going to see a Dragon any moment here. Defensive Sound Bearer is out. In comes a defensive Earthshatter. No Dragon just yet. Not even needed. 3 kills for the deep defense. Oh, here we go. Dragon Strike off the res. Will the Dragon be sated? It's moving in. Hasn't gotten any kills just yet. Perhaps a little bit off target in the end. But the kill feed absolutely in favor of IDDQD. Lynx still alive though. Lynx still trying to make stuff happen here in this game. Almost kills Internet Hulk. Needs 1 more shot. Internet Hulk goes down. Beautiful shots by Lynx. But might be too little too late here as the defense is stabilizing.
Yeah, and they're going to hold that too. The Dragon ult is so interesting too. There's been a lot of talk about it being kind of underpowered, very easy to avoid. Now I will say in that set, he got a couple really good ones that got kills, but even if you avoid it, if you just line it up dead center to the other team, it bifurcates their team, so you're sectioning them off, and that's what happened in the last Dragon.
And this was really one of the few moments where there's a little bit more momentum for the offense, but unfortunately, their payload was so far back that they weren't able to push it to the end. If the payload was further up, they probably would have gotten out of the hangar. It's just the team wipe relative to where the cart was just didn't get them quite enough.
Tivik doing 26% of the damage on a Hanzo. Hanzo's alive in the meta.
Hanzo is alive, and now IDDQD, all they have to do is either get to the hangar phase earlier or simply complete the hangar phase, and they will take map 1 away from Creation Esports.
Yeah, and I will say about the Hanzo ult too, it is very versatile. It can accomplish so many things. It can zone out, it can scatter a team and just cause chaos in their lines. And of course, if you do have a setup for it, or the team is in a very rough choke point, you're able to get some kills off it too. So there has been some talk about it, maybe a little underpowered at this time, but I think if used correctly, as Tivik did there, it can do a lot of work.
Definitely, and yeah, Tivik definitely having himself a game as well. And you know, Hanzo, not a character you see too often, but definitely does have his potential and usages. And really, thinking across of all the games I've seen, I really think it's only been Tivik that we've seen bring out Hanzo consistently on Gibraltar. Not even every game, but I feel like when we see it, it's more likely to be him than not.
Yeah, like I mentioned, one of his favorite heroes, and, you know, back on the roster. Of course, you know, Tivik, I think, is a much better player than Pluppy. Kappa. If you're kind of new to the scene and you've heard Pluppy before and are wondering where he is on IDDQD, don't worry, he's here. Tivik and Pluppy are one and the same.
I kind of miss the name Pluppy, though. Pluppy had way more cool things
to say. It was easier to
it.
pronounce, that's for sure.
Yeah, there are no issues with Pluppy. Pluppy was simply Pluppy. But taking a look here at the defense for Creation coming out, they're going to have a very strong hold before the hangar phase, or it might be curtains for them in map 1. It is going to be R-Tier on the McCree, Numlocked on Reinhardt, Lynx on the defensive Widow, Dracaeus on Mercy, Nox on Lucio, and Bromas on the 76.
Offensively, they are going to put a Hulk on to the Winston, try to take that high ground immediately, or at least cause chaos in the background. On the ground, the tank is going to be Coco. Chips is going to play the Mercy Taimu on McCree. Tivik looking for offensive Widow picks, and the bridge up, Harry Hook, never give up on Lucio.
There it is, the starting bell is out, and IDDQD on their way, going to try and complete this as fast as possible, and let's take a look at this Widow duel coming out, Tivik versus Lynx.
Yeah, looks for a grapple shot early on, misses it, he's on the bridge, getting him in his sights, he misses his shot, they're all going to go down on the cart now, abandoning this high ground fight.
Yep, the defense saying, we don't even care about the first checkpoint, we're going to the back, and that makes all the sense in the world for how this usually goes. Tivik right now looking for pickoffs, trying to get on Lynx. Lynx is going to go down, Coco charging in, Coco being very, very ham on here. R-Tier takes out Internet Hulk as this goes down. The defense starting to solidify a little bit for Creation, but Tivik still up and looking for picks.
Yeah, both tanks down on the offense. They can kind of just stay very safe here on defense. Only have to worry about sight lines not getting initiated on, and now they're going to take back high ground.
Oh, R-Tier is chasing down Tivik, saying no to that. Som looking for pickoffs. Yeah. And right now, Creation looking not too shabby here on the first defense.
It's been a back and forth on this roof as they keep speed boosting and alternating teams. Lynx does have to vacate the area as the high ground is taken offensively by IDDQD.
Yep, IDDQD. They know they can take their time a little bit here. They don't have to be in any gigantic hurry, though. For them, it'd be nice if they cap this right now because that would be a quicker time. They do have the Deadeye coming up from the defense. R-Tier takes out Chips. There will be no res for the offense now. Coco moving in. Very aggressive charge. Gets the other Reinhardt, but no, he's not able to follow up with an Earth Shatter. He is taken out in time.
My ultimate is ready.
Yeah, no Resurrection coming out there too. They were in too deep. A Resurrection would have actually been pretty rough in that spot. So again, defense stabilizes, looks to take the high ground, thinks better of it again. They're fine holding where they are. Tivik is damage boosted on his Widow, trying to get some. He gets a huge shot on him, almost dies, gets healed back up though.
Taking a look at Lynx here. Lynx versus Tivik in action right now. They both know where each other are. They're waiting. This is some serious waiting and peeking going on from the both of them. And Tivik now in trouble. Very close to going down. Down goes Coco, and down goes Tivik. Creation coming alive, and Lynx with some huge kills. My goodness. Lynx just exploding for Creation.
Yeah, no, but it's still going.
Oh my! Time just adds on. We were already impressed, and then he leaps down, leap shot on the Taimu. That was nothing but dirty. Wow.
In a very good position on defense here. They do have most of their ultimates. Of course, now Lynx gets that infrared sight. He's going to know where everyone is coming. The only ultimate available for offense is Internet Hawk's. Not the most impactful ultimate at this stage in the map.
Yep, meanwhile, Numlocked does have Earth Shatter up, and we've seen him get really good Earth Shatters on the days thus far. IDDQD going really ham. Defensive Sound Bearer is out. Once these shields are down, Earth Shatter going to come down. Doesn't get too much off the Earth Shatter. Commentator's curse is real. Meanwhile, taking a look at Lynx. Lynx looking for pickoffs. A little bit stymied by the Reinhardt shield. Tivik able to get Numlocked in the back, and IDDQD now with a reasonably good attack. Taimu on the Bromas. 3 kills for the offense. But I'll say this much. I'm pretty sure that was a long enough hold to where Creation will win if IDDQD is not able to get through the hangar. Or maybe not. They're saying GG.
Yeah, I'm not...
It's really close at any rate. They're saying...
GG with a question mark.
No, never mind.
Yeah, they should just follow a page from our book and just always wait for the admins to say anything.
Yeah, no, I'm not 100% sure. I'm pretty sure this is still a match. Creation still has a shot here in the hangar phase.
I will say about that last fight that got them first point, extremely good patience. They're waiting for the sound barrier to wear off on the other team, and then the bridge up at the end with your own offensive sound barrier solidifying that fight.
Look at IDDQD though, there with the momentum, but Lynx takes out Taimu, shuts him down. And look at this, we do have the Dragon Blade coming out from Tvik. Tvik, though, going to get sniped up by Lynx. Lynx being the iron wall for defense. But the one thing of note here is that IDDQD is still pushing up the point. Even as the defense is getting their kills, Taimu able to get a bit of cleanup. The payload is moving forward, and this is bad news for Creation Esports as IDDQD going to push us forward and take... Oh, wait, Jokea's coming in? Wait, they're saying GG, it's not yet over yet. That's an offensive GG. Nox still alive, buying time. Lynx getting on the point. Might have been an early GG from Coco. In comes the Earth Shatter. It's not over yet.
No, not at all. I've learned it the hard way to not call games early in Overwatch, and I think the players are starting to learn that now. Bromos on their R-tier still stalling out. They're just going to try to stall.
R-tier, one of the last people stalling out. And there it is. The hangar is opening. Now it's GG, but we did have a little bit of drama towards the end.
Yeah, it just shows you how close these teams are. IDDQD able to take it in the end there. Some good play coming out of Lynx. Tvik, of course, on the Hanzo on first side of this map was impressive play too. Very close, and the only thing I know for certain is that we're going to payload for the next map.
Yep, payload all across the board in our best of 5. IDDQD striking first blood here, and props to them.
Yeah, I wonder, are we going to push to the end, or do we have an admin in there? We're going to get out of here?
No, we're pushing to the end. We're so close. Let them get the play of the game.
We haven't seen a play of the game in a bit. Any predictions on the play of the game? What will it be?
I think Lynx is a good contender. He had some really big moments. I'm not sure if it's enough, though. It could be an Earth Shatter. Yeah, or I'm willing to be surprised.
Might be a
other candidates as well. Could be it. Wait, the dragon on this side of it?
No, but doesn't play the game for the... Well, no, you might be right.
No.
Yeah. Coco, the lone payload champion.
Okay. Hey, Coco is pushing the payload while the rest of his team is doing nothing, okay? He's an objective gamer, and here it is. Lynx to play the game. And man, does he deserve it. He had a great game here. And this is where he just went absolutely off. Took out Tvik. Was able to headshot Internet Hulk, got the Mercy, and it doesn't even have the incredibly sick shot he had on Taimu just a few seconds after.
Yeah, the work he did on Tvik in that highlight was great too, because he went for him and got like 3 shots, enough that he knew that he would be hiding out behind momentarily, tried to get a pick on Hulk, but then he snapped right back to Tvik and was able to knock him off before getting counter-sniped himself. Nice play by Lynx. What a sniping day he's had.
Yeah, Lynx definitely having himself a day, but unfortunately it wasn't quite enough. IDDQD going to go up 1-0 in the set, and Creation not wanting to lose both sets in the day. They have to turn this around in the next map. Oh, wow, there's absolutely no thinking on their part. They say, we want Dorado, so we're going directly to Dorado. Creation, of course, very comfortable on this map, and we'll see what they can do, but it's also a pretty good map for IDDQD.
Yeah, it has been a great map for IDDQD. Mostly the Junkrat play has come out of Pluppy, aka Tvik. So we'll see if they run that here as well. Also a decent map for an offensive Widow, which is maybe what Lynx will be on. Also on this map, if there was a defensive Widow, you're going to see a team run a combo to try to get towards the back in a very sneaky flanking route. And all of it actually kind of goes around if the Symmetric gets a teleporter up or not. You see teams dive very deep to get a teleporter up. One of the longer walks on this map if you don't have a teleporter up to reinforce on defense.
Definitely, and this is where people are talking about the potential death of Symmetra in some respects. I don't think Symmetra is going to die anytime soon in Dorado just because of that long walk. Teleporter, absolutely mandatory. I mean, you'd have to nerf Symmetra to a point where she couldn't get any kills, I think, to get the defense not to run her here on point A Dorado. Yeah. But now that I've said that, watch them not run it anyways, just because.
Well, I mean, the shields are nerfed, but like that is not the entirety of her kit. The sentries that she's able to put up under this archway where a lot of the fight happens on Dorado are absolutely crucial as well. And also they allow you to build teleporter pretty quick. It also allows you to keep eyes on right side, which is where a lot of teams will be aggressing towards you on defense. So she still has a ton of utility. Now, it is a big hit on her shields, granted, but I think you'll just see her less on offense because of that. Like we mentioned, the walk here is so long for defenders to respawn to get back into any decent position to fight that a teleporter is almost mandatory, which is why it becomes such a high priority target.
Yeah, and teams have gotten a lot better at actually getting deep in on the teleporters. Symmetras have had to get more and more clever because, you know, a Tracer, a Genji, or who knows. I mean, there's oftentimes even been offensive Widows sneaking into the back to deal with the teleporter before trying to deal with the rest of your team. Teams are getting better at sort of the more basic fundamental parts of Overwatch as time goes on. So it looks like we will be getting started here in 30 seconds, says Internet Hulk. This is going to be Creation versus IDDQD. IDDQD winning the first map on Gibraltar, and Creation now trying to strike back as they work to win at least one set on the day.
Yeah, and if you're wondering what's coming up, I would urge you to visit overkill.gg. That is our beautiful website. It has the entire match ticker up as well. We do have 2 more sets today after this one. We're going to see Reunited again and more Impulse 11. Impulse 11 then will head into their 3rd set of the day against Creation, which will be playing their 3rd set of the day. A match that we had to reschedule, unfortunately, but it does mean we're able to bring you even more Overwatch action all throughout the day. So check out overkill.gg. That is the official site for this league. We've got the prize pool up there. There's VODs. There's the stream. There's everything you need up there to check out and follow our league action.
Yep, and it's exciting time for Overwatch. I mean, the tournaments keep getting bigger. League play is now a thing, and who knows where the future goes, but I think the future is bright nonetheless. We are getting in here. This is map number 2, Dorado, Creation Esports versus IDDQD.
Yeah, IDDQD looking to kind of reclaim their top spot. Of course, a lot of roster drama, in quotes, as people say. Mendo and Tvik, aka Pluppy, I said Tvik again, whatever. Tvik, decided to, get off the roster. There were some switch-ups there. Tvik now back and kind of mercenarying again for IDDQD. They're all good friends behind the scenes. I don't think there's any hostility or anything brewing between them. But now Taimu, who used to be an IDDQD, back with IDDQD. He was trialing for Envious. His departure, I mean, it just sent ripples throughout everyone's roster. But here we are today, IDDQD looking to regain their top spot in EU, because for a while they were unbeaten in about 55 sets.
Yeah, IDDQD looking for a return to the forum, and honestly, they've been playing better today, I feel like, than they were certainly over the weekend, and I think they're getting it back together now that they're playing together as a team a little bit more often. That being said, taking a look at the defense for Creation Esports, we got Dracaeus on the Mercy, Lynx on Widowmaker, Artier on McCree, Numlocked on Reinhardt, Bromas on the Junkrat, and Nox gonna round things out on the Symmetra.
Yeah, so the rumors of Symmetra's demise overly exaggerated. Offensively, though, they are going to run Tvik on the Pharah. He will be followed in the skies with his buddy Chipsichin. Internet Hulk will be on Zarya. Nabridgebup will be on Lucio. Taimu on that offensive Widow. And Coco will be playing Reinhardt.
The defense holding up here, Numlocked with the Reinhardt shield, going to protect people from offensive Widow incursions, but not like that. A beautiful shot comes out from Taimu. Grapple shot takes out Lynx. Let him shoot over the shield, and Taimu now setting the pace of the game, almost takes out the Junkrat as well. Taimu with the return to the form here today. My goodness.
That's entirely on Numlocked. He dropped the shield momentarily to try to hit a fire strike, and that's how he was able to get that kill.
Yep, and now the defense of Creation on their heels after that incredibly good beginning. Artier able to strike back a little bit, but the momentum all in favor of the offense here. Internet Hulk in trouble. He's going to go down. I think he hit a Junkrat trap as that happened there, and down he goes, and defense might stabilize here yet. Yeah. And good on Creation there, because that was rough after that opening from Time.
Yeah, I'm sure Numlocked is just full of apologies there. Just really poorly timed attempt at a flame strike there, or fire strike rather, allowed his own sniper to get taken out there. But the teleporter is ready to be dropped. Nox is coming back. We'll see where he puts it. There is pressure in the backside from the Widowmaker.
Yeah, I was gonna say, take a look at Taimu. Taimu's in the back, was looking for the flank. He drew people back, and now he's going to the front. A little bit of razzle dazzle here on the positioning. Now looking for Lynx, takes out Lynx, finds his man. 6v5 now for IDDQD as they move forward. And I really like this offensive far. I don't know what it is. It is just some of what's been coming out for Taimu, but it is entertaining, and they might get point A very, very quickly here. That being said, Artier coming back, takes out Tvik, the bridge up on Numlocked. Resurrect is going to bring up all the fallen heroes on attack. Tvik getting his immediate revenge.
Yeah, Lynx
does not have a barrage up right now. Used it a little bit earlier. Still alive. 48 HP. Has to be very, very careful of Artier here. The defense striking right back. He's going to get the teleporter, but the teleporter has done a lot of work here thus far.
Yeah, that teleporter absolutely saved the defense in its entirety. They're able to clean up Tvik in the back lines as that Pharah too. So now a full hold coming in from the defense. The only thing that really died of importance there was Nox's teleporter. He's going to try to get that charged up as quickly as possible.
My ultimate is charging.
Then we're looking for the pickoffs, getting good damage onto that Reinhardt. Now looking for Lynx, he's got before, but he has to be very much respect to Artier. Artier can poke you down in this Widow v McCree matchup. Numlock just holding onto the shield, not letting it go now. Remembering what happened from before, but IDDQD, they're moving forward. Offensive sound bearer is out. No kills just yet. Here comes the Groundson Surge, and a wombo combo. Tvik comes in with the barrage, gets a triple kill off the Graviton Surge, and IDDQD now Looking really good. Wait,
No,
he has a
Civic didn't
second
even
barrage?
use his barrage. He was just primary firing. Used his barrage there to clean up a couple kills too. After that resurrection brought him back to life, and that's first point capped.
My goodness, that is huge.
Yeah, barrage is great and everything, but Tvik thought that everyone was damaged enough that he could just use primary fire on him. He was absolutely right. Now they're very far forward on this poke. This is something you see a lot of teams do after taking that first point, because spawns move so far back. They want to get this poke up here up front, and they feel safe to do so.
Blink's right now looking for pickoffs where he can get them. Going to put on the Widow sight as him having a whole ton of trouble with time with this entire game. Oh, I think do they both have recon sight? I think they do. They both know where each other are. They're fighting back and forth, and Link's able to turn things more in his favor.
Yeah, that's a big kill for Lynx. He's able to stay alive. He was very low as well. Bromas comes up on the Reaper, which I really like. He should be able to deal with Hulk and Coco against a double tank Reaper is very strong.
Yep, Lynx right now looking for extra pickoffs if he can get it. Tvik, though, being an absolute terror in the skies. Now Lynx, good position, could take out Chips here. Missing his shots, Chips being evasive. Chips still alive, he's gonna get a res. He's still alive! Meanwhile, Bromas in the back, able to get off a double kill. Lynx finally gets Tvik. And after some good evasiveness from Tvik, not going to pan out. Looks like Creation is going to push back IDDQD, at least for now.
Yeah, Taimu does come in with a couple kills before Lynx takes him out, so there's
Oh, that was just beauty coming out from Lynx. Lynx with some very classy cleanup there.
No one can hide.
Great stuff coming out from the side of Creation on that defense.
Yeah, now they've got the ultimate advantage by a large margin as well. R-tier Numlock's already ready. Resurrection in their back pocket, and there's going to be a Death Blossom momentarily. One of the best maps for Death Blossom as there's so many flanks. I think you're going to see Tvik try to roam to the right side to make sure they're not going to get dropped on. They want eyes on Reaper as much as they can.
So they're moving forward. Defense is full, offense is full. We're going to see if IDDQD throws a different look at Creation here, but Creation, they've definitely found the rhythm on defense.
Yeah, that's why they're rotating through top, because they imagine the Reaper's going to be there. Bromas, though, still does get into the back side here. Not quite with Death Blossom up yet, though.
Bromas comes in looking for the Death Blossom, not using it just yet, but the defense really sticking it to the offense here. I don't think the offense really wants to be stuck in this building as it is. Shipshin in a very awkward position, going to get taken out by Bromas. We do have the barrage coming out from the top. 3 kills for the defense here, and that was just really good, nice position from the defense to get on them in that building.
Yeah, they only lost R-tier. They're not going to waste the resurrection on it, not that R-tier is not worthy of living. However, it's just not exactly the value they're looking for. They still have the ultimates up. It was a very strange place to fight. We don't often see conflicts up in the top level of this building.
Yeah, Bromas now is still hanging on to the Death Blossom too. Didn't even have to use it. Just took out Chipsogen the old-fashioned way. And this is not bad from Creation. They stand a real chance of holding the streets phase. We do have the offensive sound barrier coming out. Bromas looking for what he can get, is going the right for him, but he still has Death Blossom out on the back. Might get on Chipsogen, incoming Death Blossom, but everyone just sort of runs away from him. He gets nothing. No one dying there as the offense picks up 4 kills. Taimu going ham with 3 kills, moving forward, and that just did not quite work out the way that Creation was hoping for.
Yeah, they're going to get completely cleaned up here. A full wipe. Team kill comes out. Taimu cleans up the rest of it, and now they're going to be looking forward yet again. Tvik is going to be roaming up front, trying to get damage, trying to charge his ultimate for the most part. He needs to get out of there because he's all alone.
Yep, and look at Taimu. Taimu now really far up. He's looking for the offensive flank on the Deadeye here, and he might really get it. I don't think they realize he's back there. R-tier and Lynx, though, killing 2 of his teammates, so what is the flank if your entire team is dead? 3 kills for Creation. Here comes the Dead... Oh, man, the triple Deadeye comes out. But the problem is, it was a little bit too late because there's still so many people up. His entire team is dead, and as flashy as that was, it's not enough.
Yeah, not exactly the value on it there, and now he's not going to have it up. It didn't really affect the game as much as he would have liked to it. And again, you said it's just a little bit late. Had that come 5 seconds earlier, his team might have been able to hold.
Yeah, no, it was a really nice flank. It just, he needed to get back a little bit earlier. So for Tvik here, a minute 5 remaining. He will have Barrage up. Graviton Surge will not be on the menu, so he's going to have to make his own opportunity here. Almost has trouble with the Reaper, is able to back away. Now looking for the Mercy pick, shooting rockets, looking for the direct, not going to get it immediately. Still moving forward. Has to be careful. You don't want to go too ham here as the Pharah, because you will get killed before your Barrage gets value. You do see the Earth Shatter coming down from the defense. Numlocked moving forward, and he is just going to rush this down. My goodness.
Yeah, really nice game sense there on defense, though. They felt that they had the advantage. They were absolutely correct. Did not want to just wait around and let the poke come in. I think they could kind of sense it that IDDQD wasn't ready to fight just then, but they decided to bring the fight to them. Now Death Blossom is up to a game-changing ultimate if ever there was one.
Yeah, and Tvik actually deciding to get off of Pharah, not really caring about the fate of Barrage or otherwise, and we'll see if the Tracer is what they need to get through this point. He sees Bromos here, Bromos versus Tvik, about to be engaged in battle. Bromos is going to have to Wraith Form out, perhaps. We'll see he's under a lot of pressure. They still need to get people on the point. They are getting on top of the point. Both teams getting on top. Both Earth Shatters being used. Multiple people getting knocked to the ground, but IDDQD on the assault. 3 kills for them here so far. Meanwhile, on the defending side, Drakis has the res. The Resurrection is going to be used. All defending heroes are coming back up with Taimu and Tvik, helping to clean this up in short order.
Yeah, Drakis follows into his own death there. Should not have followed Lynx into that. Nox is going to get cleaned up eventually, too. That's going to be a very clean kill for IDDQD. They're going to grab the second point. Tvik, of course, moving forward, is always a very aggressive DPS player.
Yep, 2 minutes remaining on the clock. That's not a whole lot of time for this last point. It's one of the hardest things to go for in the game, but look at Taimu and Tvik keeping momentum going. Taimu goes off with a triple kill.
My ultimate is charging.
A lot of nice work there. It all started with Tvik getting in the back lines, able to take out the opposing McCree with his pulse bomb, and then Taimu felt no pressure at all from an opposing McCree, able to get in there, and now Tvik looking for more on the flank.
Yep, this has bought a lot of time for IDDQD, but they're going to need another team wipe to get in. Artier able to take out Tvik. That is pretty good coming out the side of the defense. Defense still has double Deadeyes as well. They need the old Taimu. Down goes Taimu. Both big guns for the offense are down. And IDDQD now in a bit of trouble. They only have one really good push left after this.
Yeah, and I like the defense is in with both of these Deadeyes up and ready to be used. I'm actually surprised Tvik is on McCree now. I think Pharah is really good on this last point. I thought he'd switch back to it.
Though defense pushing in really, really heavily. Hopefully they don't regret this. Oh, they get caught! They get caught by the Graviton Surge, but there's no follow-up. It was a nice Graviton, but there just wasn't follow-up. I think Hulk was hoping people would be there and ready. They're not, and now they're not going to have Graviton for this final push.
It's been a rough day for Gravitons. And they've been catching a lot of people. There's been zero follow-up. So last good push is going to be coming in right now. Taimu and Coco with their ultimates up. We're going to see those drop momentarily, and to what effect is going to dictate this fight.
Yep, both sides getting bloody here in the beginning. IDDQD with one more kill, but the Resurrect going to come up, bringing up the Fallen Heroes for the defense. It's a good res. No one gets killed immediately right after. Artier takes out an bridge above. The defense now. Momentum more on their side. A counter charge on the Coco. Down goes Coco. Creation has to be feeling this now. They're so close to a hold here on Dorado. Pushing back Internet. Hulk is now locked, and he still has an Earth Shatter.
Yeah, Chips gets himself out of position to try to get that Resurrection up. He does bring Coco up in a bad spot, though. Coco gets cleaned up, too. The Resurrection was only out of desperation. That is a hold on last.
Yeah, I mean, not too surprising to see a hold on last. It's hard to get through on Dorado. Numlock brings down the Earth Shatter at the end just because, but what a game.
Despite how it looks, and it looks wide open and great, it is one of the hardest last points in the game for an offensive push.
Play the game coming up from Taimu. I gotta say, Taimu had multiple moments worthy of play of the game in this game.
Oh, McCree has a left click? You don't see that in
McCree does have a left click, and Taimu uses it very, very effectively.
My favorite game in pubs is if a McCree gets play of the game, I count along in chat how many left clicks he uses. It generally doesn't get above 1.
So really, time-wise, all that has to be done here by the Creation Esports side, they just need to get to that second last point on Dorado before overtime, and they will win the map and even up the series 1-1.
Yeah, I'm sure admins have a good track of that time as well. Then, of course, if it does go into overtime and they do get it there, they have a secondary win condition in finishing the map.
Yep, multiple paths to victory here for Creation, and a very impressive showing for them here on Dorado.
Yeah, look pretty good. I mean, anytime that you're able to stop IDDQD, who, if you haven't been watching Overwatch, was absolutely dominant in Europe as little as a week ago, you have to be feeling pretty good. But Creation, when they were Flat Earth, was the team that scared IDDQD the most. They were able to take games off them when no one was taking games off them. Like, not Reunited, not the NA teams, no one was able to beat IDDQD. I think save for Cloud9. Cloud9 has always been facing them pretty good too. But Flat Earth, now Creation Esports, has always matched up very well with IDDQD.
They've always been a threat, and even IDDQD going back months, would always say, yeah, you know, Flat Earth is one of our closest competitors, if not the closest. Of course, that was back when Reunited was having some troubles. I think now they would probably give a little bit more credit to Reunited, but still, Creation, a very strong team, and I think the roster changes they've made recently have made them stronger as well.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting to see what teams are worried about opposing teams, too, because we had an interview with, I think it was Too Easy not too long ago from Reunited, and he mentioned that the team that he thinks everyone should have been looking out for was Envious. I get, you know, these guys have inside info because of all their scrims, so very interesting to get players' opinions on what teams they fear the most.
So taking a look here at the offensive swing, we're not about to restart. We're going to have Artier on the McCree, Numlocked on Reinhardt, Nox on Lucio, Lynx on the Widowmaker, Dracaeus on Mercy, and Bromas. Going to switch off at the end to an offensive fair. I like it.
Yeah, offensive fair can get a ton of work done. Of course, there was that right flank, and so they're going to be kind of scattered on offense here. Defensively to hold, Tvik is going to be on Junkrat, of course, Nabridgeabub on Lucio, Taimu on McCree, Coco on Reinhardt, Chips on Zenyatta, and Internet Hulk will run that Symmetra.
Yeah, and IDDQD was famous for skunking teams here on this first point, not letting them get through it at all, and if they're able to do that here, they will win this map. And that's probably the easiest way to victory for them because there is a really good defense held by Creation.
IDDQD, as good as they are on offense, their dominance and their dominant run was based on their defense. And as you mentioned, skunking people on first points, absolutely dominate on first point defenses across multiple payload maps.
Bromas throwing in the fire. Not a bad approach here so far by Creation. They're getting good positioning. They're pushing the defense back. Bromas landing some good poke on the end. And if they could get a pick or two here, they really could shell shock IDDQD.
Yeah, like this.
Here they go, they're coming in over the top. Bromas looking for the picks, not able to get it. Rockets not connecting just yet. Meanwhile, taking a look at Taimu on the defense. Has Dracaeus in his sights, takes him down. Big headshot down to Dracaeus. Going to push back the Pharah as well. And IDDQD going to win this first engagement of the game.
Dracaeus used his ability to try to get to his teammates. It looked like a car sliding on ice. He just overshot it, ended up in the middle of the enemy team, taken down you know, with no mercy there. Ha ha ha.
That pun.
It was awful. It was absolutely awful.
It was terrible. You should feel bad.
I do feel bad. Why are you making me more self-conscious about it?
Because it was that terrible. But looking at Coco here, Coco with the Earth Shatter. He has it at his command. We'll see what Coco does here. Coco, of course, we've seen good Earth Shatters in the past. A little bit quiet at points today, but moving forward. Could drop it at any moment. Not going to force it, though, as the defense really doesn't have to force much here. It's up to the offense to move. This is a very, very hard point to attack.
Yeah, I think their teleporter went down and was taken out earlier. That's the only explanation I can think of why Hulk is only at 50% on his ultimate trying to get that telly down. It has been a long game so far.
Oh, Taimu just got taken out by Lynx. That was beautiful. Landed the shot when he needed to. Looking for another shot. Will he be able to get it? We do have the offensive Deadeye coming out as well, but Earth Shatter from Coco says no, and he crunches someone in the back as well.
Yeah.
So actually, he didn't finish crunch him. He was about to and was taken out.
He did kill Lynx at some point in that, though. This is a very scrappy fight going back and forth. Tvik is able to take out the opposing tank, but there are fights breaking out all over.
Oh, Tvik, he loves these brawls in the building. This is where his Junkrat really excels. Numlocked in some trouble. Tvik now looking for the people on the cart, shooting into the air, sees Lynx. Junkrat bombs on point. Down goes Lynx. And this is a little bit scrappy. The cart has been moving, but I don't think this is quite the way that Flat Earth wants to go about it right now.
Teleporter's back up. Bromas does have his barrage up, but really no setup for it. It's going to have to be a very sneaky barrage. We might even see him try to come around the backside with it as he died right there.
So Artier coming over. Looking for the pickoff. Is able to take out Taimu with the aid of Lynx. And now there's a little bit of hope for Creations to move forward, but man, this defense of IDDQD has been nothing but resilient. And in fact, Tvik now no longer on the Junkrat, now on Widow. And this is a switch up. We're going to see if he gets off this. They don't really know he's on Widow yet, I don't think.
The Widow is not only to deal with Lynx, it's to deal with Bromas. They have no answers for the Sky right now, but Widow's a great answer to this barrage. I think the barrage comes in right now.
The barrage comes in and he stops it right in its tracks. Numlock now very low, going to die the Internet Hulk. The Resurrect will come up, bringing up those offensive heroes, but they're in deep trouble. Tvik here able to shoot at his leisure. Bromas about to, no, he doesn't go down. Tvik missed, Lynx got in. Bromas still alive by the slimmest of margins.
Yeah, Numlocked in no man's land alone on the cart as 4 people converge on him. He is taken down. Lynx is getting kills. They're just not really helping out in the fights. They're not having the impact those kills need to have.
I'm taking a look at Lynx here, looking for what he can get. The defense, though, this is sort of, again, for IDDQD, they bend, but they don't break when their defense is on, and we've seen them eat a lot of deaths here, but really they're able to maintain control of the cart and just be really, really stymieing for Creation. Link's now in trouble. Internet Hulk deep in, gets a Symmetra kill. And no picks for Lynx, at least for a little bit.
Well, they may not know it, but this is their best window for attack right now, and they're going to have to attack anyway because there's 40 seconds left, but Hulk does not have a teleporter up. Those kills are going to be nearly permanent as long as this walk is, so they need to win the momentum battle early in this fight. Here comes a big engagement incoming.
Deadeye coming up from Taimu. Defensive sound barrier is out, looking for what he can get, and the Deadeye gets nothing. Coco, though, able to take out Numlock, brings him on a trip to the back. 2 kills for the defense, make it 3. Taimu fanning the hammer. That's it. And this should be game.
Yeah, no resurrection available. Japan is 20% away from that. They did not need the teleporter, but it's going down anyway. There's a transcendence here that could stall things out, and they're just going to push forward and make sure that no one can cause overtime. That is a successful first hold for IDDQD, doing it with defense.
So Creation looked great on their defensive run, but they're not able to make it happen on their offense, and IDDQD going to go up a quick 2-0 here in our 3rd set of the day.
Yeah, IDDQD, you know, just plays of old, and like old school as it is, Internet Hulk getting plays of the game on Symmetra.
Symmetra looks so serious in that play of the game intro. Like, not only serious, but also just mad. Internet Hulk definitely making stuff happen. I would say in comp we've seen, and when it comes to Symmetra play of the games, I feel like we've seen more play of the games coming out of Internet Hulk for Symmetra than any other Symmetra player.
Yeah, he's definitely made Symmetra his own, and as they've run on these defenses, the defense goes by Internet Hulk. He gets so much damage done early on, so I was surprised he was at 50%. I think he had a teleporter that got killed, I didn't see. But he's always able to hit orbs. A lot of his initiations on people are a charged up orb, then finishing them with melees and his primary fire. Just, he plays an aggressive Symmetra, but it pays off for him. The risks he takes always pay off, and you don't see Symmetra plays the game often, and when you do, it's generally Internet Hulk.
Yeah, Internet Hulk definitely, he has to play a lot of roles. He sort of flexes to what's needed, but his Symmetra has consistently been one of the more impressive in the game. Well, and
yeah, what I mentioned earlier is people would give him kind of grief because he mained like Winston and Symmetra, because that's what his team needed. And those characters don't necessarily require the most aim, right? So there was a meme and a joke about him. But then he has come back in the last couple weeks and he's played Tracer and has beaten, like, it was him and Mendo on Tracer. Mendo was one of the best Tracers in all of Overwatch, and Hulk was getting plays of the game when they were both on Tracer. So it's not like Hulk does not have the skill. He plays what his team needs. He's a flexible player, and I think we're going to King's Row, not exactly the map you want to have to face IDDQD on.
No, but on the same note, we've seen a lot of good stuff on Creation on King's Row as well. But I do agree, it really depends what IDDQD shows up. I've seen IDDQD when they've gotten rolled on King's Row recently, and then we've seen them sort of return the form, really good defensive Junkrat play, and all the rest coming out of players like Tivik. So I guess we'll see.
Yeah, you'd expect Tivik on Junkrat here on defense. IDDQD, for a while, this was their signature map, their signature style defense on King's Row. They shut out every team. I mean, every top team, regardless of region. If you played IDDQD on King's Row, taking the first point was nearly impossible. We'll see if they can reprise that too. But it seems like offenses have been getting pretty strong lately. Every time I say that, defenses show up too, so I don't even know anymore.
Yeah, I mean, Overwatch, it's variable. A team's best map one week is their worst map the next week. And we'll see how things go here. Now we are entering into map number 3. IDDQD looking to complete the sweep. Creation looking to bring it back. And, you know, Creation, they looked really good against Reunited earlier, so they do have the capability of bringing this back.
Yeah, like I said, these 4 teams that we have in our EU conference all know each other very well. I think no one would be surprised if one team beats the other. It's not quite the variation that we see kind of in NA right now, where Cloud9 is very dominant. Of course, Team Liquid had just formed and struggled a little bit yesterday as well, but any one of these teams can beat the others. Impulse 11 has been struggling a little today so far, but these 2 teams are very closely matched as well, and I tend to give the advantage to IDDQD based on how we've seen them play today, and mostly based on the map. Internet Hulk needs a minute, apparently.
He needs 1 minute.
He's got to get angry,
actually,
you know?
I've changed a little bit. I do it up where I do have the lobby screen on right when I think we're about to go live. You know, we get a little bit, we get to see the loading screen a little bit more extra hype, but you get to see a little bit of the pre-lobby banter. Internet Hulk saying 1 minute, please.
I liked yesterday where the background would just fly away on the lobby screen.
That hasn't happened today, but that was exciting.
It was
just.
I haven't laughed like that in a while. It was the funniest thing. That
It just makes no sense. Why is the background flying away? Why?
I mean, it's one thing for it to just show up as white. I get that. Whatever. That's fine. But when it just slowly rises out of frame.
I know. It's just like.
I must go. My planet needs me. Bye, Poochie. I gotta say, as far as
died on the way. The background died on its way back to its own planet.
We have the most Simpsons references in all of casting. I'll give us that. Seems like every day we get a new Simpsons reference in here.
You know, there is a theory that there is a Simpsons GIF for everything, pretty much at this point.
Yeah, more than likely true at this point. Yeah.
Oh man, so we should. I will say for this has been more than 1 minute. Internet Hulk, you sir are a liar. Internet Hulk is good people.
Yeah, we've had him on interviews before. He's fun to talk to. He's got a good mind for the game. Really, at the core of this IDDQD team, I'm not sure if he is captained up officially, but I've always kind of he's been the unofficial captain in my eyes, anyway.
So we should be ready to go here in just a moment. Internet Hulk readying up. Both teams are ready. Kings Row, map number 3 of the set. I'm excited.
Yep. As we're waiting, I'm just going to look at some of the Match Arena stuff. And of course, I read Blevins' donation earlier, and maybe this was, it was probably from previous, but it's always worth mentioning. Our buddy Fish Sticks actually donated to our tournament, dude, through 15 bucks in of his own. Used the coupon code Overkill to add that up to 16. Said, cool tourney bros, keep it up. Right back at you, Fish Sticks. That One Nation of the Gamers tournament was phenomenal. Thank you for having us on the secondary stream as well. I enjoyed watching it. That's where we really got to meet Impulse 11 for the first time, so that was great. But Fish Sticks, great in the community. Anything he does, you guys should be tuning into. A passionate guy about Overwatch. You can tell when he talks about it, like just on the talk show, he loves this game. Like when Kaplan was on, he was just talking about competitive, and his eyes just lit up. It was great to see. So thank you, Fish Sticks. Right it back at you, bro.
And Fishix has been creeping in chat all day. He's supposed to be working. I mean, he does have a job.
Well,
but,
when your job is for Twitch, you can hang out in Twitch.
Yeah, you can say, no, I'm just doing Twitch research, but you've been on the same channel for the last 5... No, it's research.
It's important.
Don't worry about it. So taking a look at the defense coming out here from the side of Creation. They're not going to be fancy with multiple Lucios, just one Lucio. R-Tier on the McCree, Nox on the one true Lucio, Dracaeus on Symmetra, Lynx on that Junkrat, Numlocked on Reinhardt, and Bromas on the 76.
I think this is probably going to be the roster they're running out on offense, of course. They're going to have 5 Hanzos and a Mercy. It'll be an interesting strategy. We'll see how it works out for them. Of course, that is not actually the case. That's my imitation of someone who doesn't know what's happening, which often is confusing with how I actually speak anyway. But of course, they're just running Hanzo strat. They're going to damage boost these guys, try to get a cheap pick. IDDQD is like the only team that does it, and oddly enough, when they didn't have their roster, and I think it might be just Tavik is the one who like really likes this, because when Tavik was not on the roster for a week or so, they didn't run this Hanzo strat. They also had to run chips on a Junkrat, so it was a very strange week.
But look at this positioning here coming out from Creation. They're totally vulnerable. They could absolutely get wiped out by one of these Hanzo arrows.
Yeah, I think they were just going to time it to try to get a fire strike through the doorway there. No damage even coming down from the Hanzo strat.
Doesn't quite work out for them. In fact, Tivik here, usually we see him on the Pharah to start out offensive runs. Instead, opting for the damage-boosted Junkrat, and Taimu with the first pick of the game finds who he's looking for, takes out Bromas, and now IDDQD going to be way more aggressive here on point A.
Yeah, they get to push this advantage. 5v6 coming in. Coco's going to go ham. They actually run into each other. Both Reinhardt's on the ground.
Taimu able to take out Dracaeus. He is on the prowl. He has gotten 2 picks here so far, looking for more. Goes over, hits McCree. What? McCree coming real close to getting taken out there. And the defense, though, going to solidify a little bit. They got picks, but the offense not really capitalizing as much as they could. And Taimu in trouble, almost dies to that Helix rocket.
An early Symmetra pick is absolutely crucial. It keeps this window open longer where they're not going to have a teleporter after Chaos only at 85%. They're not going to be able to drop it, so that keeps the window open as they try to push on at this point.
R-Tier moving over, flashbang over the shield, looking for what he can get. He's going to get taken out by Internet Hulk in the end. Chipsogen for the offense does have a Resurrect still. The Resurrect is going to come up, it's going to bring up all those fallen heroes. Momentum still in favor of the offense. They only need a little bit more. Coco has Earth Shadow ready. This could be the cleanup they need. Looking for it, waiting. If he gets even just 2 people, he's going to drop it. Internet Hulk and Taimu able to get another 2 picks. Internet Hulk doing work on the Zarya. My goodness.
Yeah, he is hulking out for sure. He's got about 90% on his Graviton ready already.
And that is a pretty quick first cap here coming out from the side of IDDQD, and they are well on their way to winning the set 3-0.
Yeah, a nice first point take there. The early pick on Symmetra was absolutely crucial, allowed defense to not be able to reinforce the way they wanted to. Now, they do have some ultimates to work with here. They're going to have Graviton Surge. There's not necessarily the follow-up just based on the composition here, but I think you can just fire rockets into it and feel fine about that as well.
Definitely. And Coco still hanging on to that Earth Shatter. They have a lot of ultimates at their command here. Graviton Surge is ready. Earth Shatter is ready. And IDDQD in a great position here to maybe get through the streets phase almost for free.
Yeah, they do try to send the combo around. They're greeted by the opposing enemy's combo. The combo, of course, being Mercy and then a high DPS character, usually Pharaoh.
Oh, look at this. A big crunching coming out from Coco. Drops the Earth Shot right after. Graviton Surge. A lot of people stuck. Swings the hammer. Coco with the triple kill off the Graviton Surge of Zarya. Big plays coming up from IDDQD, and they're in a great position now.
You know what I neglect to think of as far as a follow-up to Graviton Surge? Just a hammer swing from the Reinhardt. It does so much damage in such a wide area that, yeah, just absolutely swinging through that big ball of meat.
Worked out really well. IDDQD setting an absolutely blazing fast time here in Kings Row, and I think Creation is in trouble now.
Yeah, they were able to take high ground early on, get some splash damage. They are going to retreat and kind of fully group up on offense. Reinhardt.
Red Shadow comes out from the defense, though. Going to knock a whole bunch of people down. Numlock charging in. Not quite getting quite as much as he would have liked there. T-Vex striking back on the Numlock, and the offense can still move forward. They're going to have a barrage up shortly. They're going to have more ults up to support it. And IDDQD, a little bit of regrouping here. They could take this on the next push.
Yeah, defense with a decent job there, though, as Bromos was able to take down both tanks. It's kind of hard to keep a push going after both of those tanks go down. Also, you know, they got an added pick from Lynx as well, but now Ultimate's definitely an advantage for offense.
Taimu able to win the Widow v Widow battle. Gets another pick off. 2 pickoffs for Taimu. T-Vic now looking the back, has Barrage at the ready, picks off Numlocked, and this is looking very bad for Creation here. Bromhaus just struggling to stay alive, jumping back and forth, does not succeed, and Tivik can be seeing the barrage. There it is, Justice Reigns for above. 1 kill, not able to get the double on the McCree. McCree actually being safe. Almost taking out Tivik in the end, but no. Resurrect is going to come up for the offense. Offense still applying incredible pressure, and this could be it.
Yeah, Lynx machine guns his way through the car. Bromos again attack visor onto the car too. All for not very fast time.
I think we might be getting an instant replay though. Back onto the one and only Coco, swinging the hammer with the off of Internet Hulk's Graviton Surge. We're gonna find out.
Yeah, we don't need any fancy follow-up. This is just good old-fashioned cutting down trees.
And don't forget too, I mean, he took out Numlock to start out as well. That was no insignificant feat. Fire Strike does 100 damage, swings the hammer, just cuts through it with ease. I love it. 4:07 is the attacking time, and Creation could be getting knocked out in this next round for the group stage of today.
Yeah, set match, set map, set half, set something on the line. 4:07 is a very fast time. Usually 4 and sub 4 is unbeatable, although recently we've seen teams beat 4-minute times with 3:58s, and but yeah, against IDDQD's defense, this is a Herculean task.
Yeah, no, I mean, having the beat, yeah, as you said, this is not only a quick time to beat, but it's up against the defense of IDDQD, who oftentimes in the past is known for holding people on point A. Not impossible for Creation Esports, but man, do they have their work cut out for them.
It's a time that's fast enough that it makes Creation have to have the talk with each other. Do we change our comp to try to do something about this? Or are they just going to run standard? Because it's a time that you know you have to win each fight in dominating fashion, because any sort of stall out is going to make it impossible to beat.
So, waiting here for the defense to roll out. Looks like for the defense, we're going to see Internet Hulk on the Symmetra, Chipsogen on the Zenyatta, and here come the Lucios. They're going to be speed boosting Internet Hulk out. Coco, of course, will be on the Reinhardt. And going off past history, here's what I think we can expect. I think we can expect Taimu to come out on the McCree. Tivik, of course, going to be on the Junkrat, and the Bridge of Up, he will be the one true Lucio here for IDDQD.
Yep, one beat to rule them all, as it were. I don't think I've ever seen him play anything except Lucio, except the one game they had to play last week without any of their DPS, and he was on Soldier 76, and it kind of freaked me out seeing it. It's kind of weird. Offensively, though, Numlock is going to be playing, well, he was on Winston, which I would have liked for the initiation if they're going for momentum, but it looks like a pretty standard offensive lineup coming out here. Numlock will be on Reinhardt, Nox on Lucio, Artir on McCree, Bromas will be on Zarya as well. Drokeus will be on the Mercy, and Lynx looking for those early picks, of course, on offensive Widowmaker.
Yeah, and Lynx, I think that is the one way to victory here for Creation Esports. They have to have Lynx go off. If Lynx can get multiple kills and just keep the momentum going, I think they have a chance. Takes out the Steel Trap, rip Steel Trap. In fact, he's going to switch to Pharah here, so I don't know about this. I almost feel like they need the explosiveness of the Widow to get here. I don't know if the Pharah is going to be enough. The Pharah, of course, is really good, but a little bit slow starting, more reliant on Barrage. I guess we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, if he is going to be on this Pharah, I'd imagine they're going to go very aggressive with it, but that is shut down completely as he eats an orb from Symmetra.
Yep, the orb was on point. Down goes Lynx, and this is just buying very, very valuable time in general. There's not that much time here to begin with.
He needs to go in right now. They have to go aggressive with it. They got to put Drokeus with him, too, to damage boost him over the top, but Drokeus has his Resurrection up. They need to use this.
Yeah, we do see the offense coming in. Taimu, though, able to take out and unlocked, not wasting any time whatsoever. 3 kills for the defense. Lynx coming in over the top, though, gets 2 kills, but it's probably not going to be enough here. Down goes Lynx. Taimu being an absolute beast right now.
2 kills against a team with a teleporter up means absolutely nothing in this situation.
Yeah, and time-wise, there's only about... Oh, overlay messed up. That explains 1 or 2 things here. Time to defend here. 3 minutes are remaining here. Taimu going ham. Coco able to take out Numlocked. Double kill for Reinhardt. Make it 4 kills now. The Resurrect is going to come up, bring up a whole bunch of heroes, but they're in a terrible position, and they might just be feeding even more ults to IDDQD, but the Groundstone Surge comes out.
Yeah, very nice.
Good follow-up off the res. Might work out yet. Bromas with the ult timing. Meanwhile, Tavik in the back does have a Junkrat tire, looking for the opportunity to use it. Dodges the Deadeye, and here comes the tire.
Yeah, they know this teleporter's back here, though. Bromas is going to come in. He's good. Wants to take out the Telly and an ulting Junkrat. Does take out the teleporter for the but he pays his life for it, and people were able to come in off that.
Yeah, Tivik able to make the room that he needs to make. Coco getting an extra kill, and now time-wise, there's only 2 minutes and 15 seconds left, and Coco with another triple kill. I think this has to be game. I mean, if not mathematically, it will mathematically be game soon, and
they're gonna,
just a really good defense.
One good look at it too. They're gonna sound barrier and Earth Shatter, then just see what happens here. I'd imagine if this fight fails, though, they will be calling GG.
Coco going in, is shielded by the sound barrier. Internet Health takes out Lynx. And really defensively, even if Creation takes it here, like takes this point, I don't think they have enough time to bring it all the way. And this is good attack from Creation. They just needed this a little bit ago rather than waiting till this moment.
Yeah, getting very scrappy. I think that teleporter might still be out of charges now, perhaps, but that reinforcement that came through on this first point, very tough. It looks like they are going to cap this point. Not ready to give up on it yet, as they have, what, a minute left to get to final?
They have a minute 20 left.
Okay.
So this has to be GG for IDDQD. I think even with 3 people on the cart going the entire way, you're not going to cap in the time. So IDDQD going to take the set 3-0. Very impressive stuff coming out from them.
Yeah, it's been a rough day for Creation.
Yeah, and it's not like Creation's been playing badly. They've had really, really strong moments of play.
Yeah, it's been close for them, but they just haven't had quite enough. Just, I think that's why they've yet to give up on this game or concede it. They also want to hit one of these combos here.
Groundstone Surge comes out from Bromas. Gets a lot of people in it. Lynx with the Justice raining from above. Gets a triple kill. Really nice coordination coming out of Creation. It's just, again, a little bit too little, too late.
Even if the map is lost, those still feel good.
It does feel good to execute those combos. Lynx going really far up. Trying to kill the Winston. Winston running for his life. But yeah, I mean, honestly, Creation will go down here, losing both sets today, but they've had good showings in general. You know, even if the league doesn't work out as well for them, they are a team on the rise, and I expect really good things from them in the future.
Yeah, I mean, they just got picked up by Creation. They were, of course, Flat Earth before that. And, you know, a lot of times when you get picked up by an organization, you want to start, you know, really opening up with wins. But I think Creation is run by smart enough people that if they're watching this, they know, like, we're close. Let's not just look at the record here and just make a determination based on that as far as our pickup goes. And just let's take it, you know, watch the whole big picture here. They are very close to beating the best teams in Europe.
Yeah, no, I mean, Creation, they are slowly progressing. They're not quite there yet, but I'll tell you this, no matter what tournament they're in, no matter who they're playing, they're a dark horse. They're always a team that has the potential to come in and upset you. I think at the very least, they certainly have that title.
Yeah, absolutely. I would tend to agree. I think that's why they got picked up, too. It's not necessarily that they have tournament wins and huge results, but it's, you know, it's kind of looking at projecting things forward. Is this a team that could compete with the top teams in the region? And the answer to that is absolutely yes.
So we are going to be taking a quick break again in between sets, going to our 4th set of the day. And don't forget, we have 5 sets here today because we have to make up one game. Normally it would only be 4, but lucky you guys, we get 5 here today.
Yeah, bonus watch incoming.
Bonus watch.
Overwatch is great for puns. You could just throw over or watch at the beginning or end of any word and it works out.
It's not bad. It is really not bad. And let's see, what is the next, before we go here, what is coming up next? I think it's going to be Reunited versus Impulse 11. So Impulse 11, we're talking about Dark Horses. Impulse 11 certainly, I think, qualifies for that title.
Yeah, they've been struggling since they made that fantastic run through the One Nation's a Gamer lower bracket, which we got to watch, and they played really well through that. But so far in our league play here, they've not quite lived up to those expectations. Now, again, they are a team that is just recently formed, so you know, just waiting for them to gel together, I think, is what we're waiting to see happen. They definitely have the potential to beat any team in this league.
So all that being said, this is the Overkill.GG Overwatch League, 2nd day of EU group stages. That was IDDQD versus Creation. IDDQD winning 3-0. We're going to take a short break and we'll be right back with our next match. Stay tuned.